Okay. So, if you all want, you all can turn on your screens. You can turn on your video so that I feel like I'm not talking to computer screens. And another benefit is that in today's session, I will also be making you practice certain breathing exercises. So you will understand what is yogic breathing. And if your video is on, then I can correct you real time, right? I can, in this session itself, I can correct your practice at whether you're doing it correctly or not. So if it is comfortable with you, then you all can begin your video. Okay. So let us start this session. And when I'll take about 1 hour for this session. And at the end of the session, I'll allow each one of you to ask your queries, whatever questions and doubts you all have. Okay. So let us begin. So first, let us understand, because this is pranayama course. Let us begin with the word pranayama. What does this mean? So the word pranayama is made of two words, prana and ayama. What does prana mean? Prana is the vital energy force. It is the force which is present in our body that drives the functions, all the functions of our mind and body. So, in simple words, the pranic energy, the prana, is why we are alive. It is the simple thing because of which we are alive. So, all the basic and complex activities which happen in our body are only and only because of the prana. Simple activities like talking, walking, breathing, thinking, taking the right decisions, decision making, speaking, the blinking of the eye, all of these activities, as well as the complex activities like heart pumping the blood, regulating the blood sugar levels, regulating the blood pressure levels, the process of digestion, the process of excretion, all of these things are also done because of the pranic energy which is in our body. Okay. So come to think of it, let us say that when we are dead, okay, if a dead body is lying in front of us, oxygen is present in the air, right? But can the dead body breathe? No, it cannot. Why? Because the pranic energy is no longer there in that dead body. Okay. So, pranic energy, the prana is the core of our very existence. So, that is the definition of prana. And what does ayama mean? Ayama means to regulate, control, and enhance this pranic energy. So, together, that is the meaning of pranayama. That is the objective of pranayama. That we need to enhance the very vital force in our body, which is responsible for every activity which we do. And why is this important? If we learn how to enhance this pranic energy, then automatically all the activities which we are doing at a mental level, and as well as our body is doing at an internal level, all those activities will get enhanced. So your thinking will become clear, your energy levels will become clear, everything will become clear, right? Okay, so there's a request that I talk a little bit in Hindi. So don't worry, I will talk in both the languages, okay? सो प्राणायामा हमको ये समझाता है, हमको ये सिखाता है कि किस तरह से हम अपनी प्राणिक एनर्जी, जो कि सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है हमारे लिए, उसी से हम सब कुछ कर सकते हैं, उसको हम सुधार सके, इन्हांस कर सके. ओके, सो दैट इज प्राणायामा. नाउ लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड दैट हाउ डज वन एनहांस प्राणा. ये तो समझ लिया कि एनहांस करना चाहिए, बट हाउ, व्हाट इज द प्रोसेस? ओके, now whenever we talk about enhancing the prana, every time people talk about some breathing exercises. So today let us understand that is prana and breath the same? Can these two words be used interchangeably? क्या ये दोनों एक ही चीज होती है क्या, ब्रीदिंग करना और प्राणिक जो एनर्जी बोलते हैं? तो इसको हम समझते हैं आज. ओके, सो प्राणा जो है, इट यूजेस ब्रेथ एज अ व्हीकल टू ट्रैवल इन आवर बॉडी. हमने ऑलरेडी समझा दैट प्राणा जो है, इट एग्जिस्ट्स इन आवर मेंटल बॉडी, इट एग्जिस्ट्स इन आवर फिजिकल बॉडी, इट एग्जिस्ट्स इन अस, राइट? तो ये एग्जिस्ट करती है, ट्रैवल करती है हर जगह हमारे बॉडी में. दैट इज हाउ द हार्ट इज पंपिंग, दैट इज हाउ द digestion is happening. It is present everywhere. So how does it move everywhere? It moves in the vehicle of breath. So जिस तरह से हमारी सांस अंदर जाती है, ट्रैवल करती है, उसी सांस, उसी ब्रेथ के माध्यम से जो प्राणिक एनर्जी है वो हर जगह ट्रैवल करती है. That is why to work on our prana, we first work on our breath. अगर जिस तरह से हम अपनी गाड़ी यूज करते हैं कहीं पे भी जाने के लिए, तो अगर हमारी गाड़ी क्लीन है, अच्छी है, अगर गाड़ी स्मूथली फंक्शन कर रही है, खराब नहीं है, तो हम भी हर जगह बिना किसी मुश्किल के पहुंच सकते हैं, राइट? सो दैट इज वाई इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट दैट वी वर्क ऑन आवर ब्रेथ, विच इज अ व्हीकल ऑफ आवर प्राणा, टू वर्क ऑन आवर प्राणा. तो प्राणा को एनहांस करने के लिए ब्रेथ को एनहांस करना पड़ता है. ओके, तो ये हमने समझ लिया. अब आता है एक इंपॉर्टेंट सवाल, दैट ये प्राणिक एनर्जी आती कहाँ से है? वेयर डू वी गेट दिस प्राणिक एनर्जी फ्रॉम? वेयर इज इट प्रेजेंट? द आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन इज दैट द प्राणिक एनर्जी इज प्रेजेंट एवरीवेयर abundantly. We get the pranic energy from all the five elements of nature. How? We get it from the earth element through the food which we are taking. We get it from the water element with the water which we are drinking. We get it from the fire element with the help of the sun's energy. So many times आप लोगों ने सुना होगा that people can fast just by being in the sun. सन में जाते ही एक ऊर्जा आती है, एक प्राणिक एनर्जी आती है. So from the fire element we get how? From the energy of the sun. From the air element, how do we get the pranic energy? With the help of the oxygen which we are intaking. And lastly, from the space element, how do we get the pranic energy? Through our thoughts. अगर हम कोई भी एक हैप्पी थॉट सोचते हैं, if we think of a happy memory right now, automatically our prana will feel better, we'll feel energized. And if we are thinking of a sad memory or of a worrisome thought, then automatically it affects in our pranic energy. So the pranic energy which we all need to function, we are getting this pranic energy from all the five elements of nature. Nature में abundantly available है. It is on us to understand and learn how to absorb this pranic energy in the most efficient way to maximize its capacity. And this is what we are going to learn in this course, that how to absorb this, how to utilize this pranic energy so we always feel uplifted, we always feel peaceful. We can tackle all problems with a rational mind. हम कैसे अपने इमोशंस को बैलेंस में रख सकते हैं, हम कैसे अपने हीलिंग पावर्स को एक्टिवेट कर सकते हैं. बिकॉज वी ऑल नो दैट आवर बॉडी हील्स इटसेल्फ, राइट? डॉक्टर डजंट हील अस, आवर बॉडी हील्स इटसेल्फ. सो ये हीलिंग पावर भी कहाँ से आता है? प्राणा से आता है. ठीक है, सो ऑल दिस वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न. नाउ लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड दैट प्राणिक एनर्जी का सोर्स तो हमने समझ लिया. नाउ लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड हाउ मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ प्राणिक एनर्जीज आर देयर. So there are total 5 types of pranas which are known as the Pancha Vayus. Okay, what are the names of these Vayus? The first is known as the Prana Vayu. The second is known as the Samana Vayu. The third is known as the Apana Vayu. The fourth is known as the Vyana Vayu. And the fifth is known as the Udana Vayu. Okay, so these are the Pancha Vayus which function in our body. In the beginning of the session, I told you all that everything which our body and mind does is because of prana. Okay, so together these 5 pranas are in charge of different functions in our body. For example, when we talk about the first prana, which is the prana vayu, that is in charge of absorbing the pranic energy from all the sources, all the 5 sources of nature. Okay, so prana vayu क्या करता है? वो हर जगह से ये ऊर्जा जो है उसको अब्जॉर्ब करता है हमारे बॉडी में, हमारे सिस्टम में. तो उसका ये रोल होता है. इसके साथ ही ये क्या कंट्रोल करता है? हमारा कंप्लीट रेस्पिरेशन कंट्रोल करता है, इस एरिया में पूरा रहता है. ठीक है, सो हमारा रेस्पिरेशन एंड हार्ट हेल्थ. सो हार्ट से रिलेटेड कोई भी अगर डिसऑर्डर है, कोई भी समस्या है, हाई ब्लड प्रेशर की प्रॉब्लम है, लो ब्लड प्रेशर की प्रॉब्लम है, हार्ट में कार्डियोवैस्कुलर कोई भी इशू आ रहा है, या रेस्पिरेटरी प्रॉब्लम है, ब्रोंकाइटिस है, आस्थमा है, रेस्पिरेशन से रिलेटेड कोई भी प्रॉब्लम है, या एनी प्रॉब्लम रिलेटेड टू आवर हार्ट हेल्थ, दैट can be worked on, that can be healed by working on the prana vayu. Okay. Moving on, the second vayu, which is the samana vayu. Samana vayu क्या करता है? That is in charge of our digestion process. So see, digestion happens at a physical level and also at a mental level. Supposing something bad has happened to us, okay, that bad thing can have two impacts on us. First, it can have an impression that humko dukh hua, we felt hurt, we felt sad, okay. And the another thing which happens is that we get some learning from that bad experience, right? So what does samana vayu do? Samana vayu helps in absorbing that learning, okay. And the next vayu, which is the apana vayu, that helps in forgetting the bad impression. So whenever a bad experience happens, we have to do two things. First, we have to heal the bad feeling which it has brought. And the second thing, what we have to do, we have to absorb the learning which we have incurred because of the bad decision. So ये जो learning को absorb करना है, वो काम करता है समाना वायु. और ये जो दुख हो रहा है उसको जो भूलने का, हील करने का काम करता है, आगे बढ़ने का काम करता है, वो करता है अपाना वायु. Similarly, even at our physical level, whatever nutrients which have to be absorbed, okay, whatever good things have to be absorbed, is absorbed. The digestion is done with the help of the samana vayu. And whatever is the waste in our body, the excretion, that is done by the apana vayu. Okay. So those of y'all who are suffering from issues like any type of gastric problems, IBS, acid reflux, any kind of indigestion, chronic constipation, all of these things can be healed by working on the samana vayu. Okay. Moving on to the apana vayu, which I already said that is responsible for the excretion. It is also responsible for the reproduction process, the menstrual cycles in women. So people who are suffering from any issue related to, reproductive organs, infertility, menopause related issues, or issues related to the period cycle, too much bleeding, painful periods, all of these things can be healed if we work on the apana vayu. Even in males, whenever there is issue related to, less sperm count or anything in the reproductive organs, as well as the excretory organs, can be healed and cured by working on the apana vayu. इसके साथ ही बिकॉज अम्पाना वायु इज रिलेटेड टू एक्सक्रीशन प्रोसेस, कोई भी तरह का अगर ट्यूमर्स या स्टोन्स हो रहे हैं, किडनी स्टोन्स हो रहे हैं, गॉल स्टोन्स हो रहे हैं, ये सब चीज़ें हम धीरे धीरे करके हील कर सकते हैं अगर हम वो प्राणायाम प्रैक्टिस करें जो डायरेक्टली हमारे अपाना वायु पे काम करते हैं. ओके, सो दीज आर द फंक्शंस ऑफ द अपाना वायु. मूविंग ऑन टू द व्याना वायु. व्हाट डज व्याना वायु डू? Those nutrients which have been absorbed by the samana vayu, they now have to be circulated everywhere in the body. हर जगह जाना पड़ेगा उसको. So this work is done by the Vyana Vayu, which works on our circulatory process. So अच्छे से it makes sure that circulation अच्छे से हो रहा है. So this is the job of Vyana Vayu. So circulation से related कोई भी अगर problem है, जैसे कुछ लोगों को varicose veins होती है, right? जिसमें कि blood की थोड़ी खराबी होती है veins में, तो वो ग्रीन कलर के हो जाते हैं. तो ये सब चीज़ें we can heal if we are working regularly on our Vyana Vayu. इसके अलावा कुछ स्किन डिजीजेस भी अगर होते हैं, दैट कैन ऑल्सो बी हील्ड. एकने होता है, एंटी एजिंग के लिए यूजुअली जो लोग काम करते हैं वो इसके ऊपर बहुत काम करते हैं. दे डू प्राणायाम्स विच एलिवेट एंड अपलिफ्ट देयर व्याना वायु सो दैट देयर इज अ गुड सर्कुलेशन ऑफ दिस प्राणिक एनर्जी एवरीवेयर विद इन द बॉडी. Moving on to the fifth Vayu, which is known as the Udana Vayu. What does Udana Vayu do? It is in charge of our nervous system, which means that any disorder related to our mind, whether it is anxiety, OCD, bipolar disease, autism, depression, कोई भी तरह की चीज़ें जो मानसिक रूप से हमको अफेक्ट करती है, बहुत ओवर थिंकिंग करना, जल्दी कोई चीज को भूल नहीं पाना, कुछ लोगों का बहुत आर्ग्यूमेंटेटिव नेचर होता है, एंगर इश्यूज होता है, पीपल कांट कंट्रोल देयर इमोशंस। सो ये सब चीजें सॉल्व होगी, हील होगी इफ वी डू प्राणायाम्स विच आर हेल्पफुल फॉर अपलिफ्टिंग आवर उदाना वायु। So this is why we do this course on pranayam. This is why we study about pranayam, because we can understand that pranayams तो बहुत सारे हैं, लेकिन हमारे लिए कौन सा सही है? Which is the right pranayam which we have to do if we have to heal one particular disease or one particular disorder, one particular ailment, right? So ये जानना बहुत जरूरी है, and this is what we are going to learn in this course. जैसे जैसे कोर्स आगे बढ़ेगा, someone is asking about thyroid. So the thyroid issues can also be healed if we work on the Udana Vayu. Okay. So don't worry, there are so many diseases, and when the workshop progresses, I'll be trying to cover almost all the diseases which are common. I'll be covering, and I'll be telling you that which disease, for which disease, which prana has to be worked on. Okay. In fact, those of you who have registered for the course, आप सभी के लिए 10th मार्च को जब ये कोर्स शुरू हो रहा है, we'll be giving some psychometric test. तो वो साइकोमेट्रिक टेस्ट जब आप आंसर करेंगे तो अपने आप आपको समझ में आएगा कि आपके बॉडी में विच प्राणा नीड्स टू वर्क ऑन, which prana is weak in your body. You will understand that. Okay, so all these things we'll be covering in this course. Okay, now let us quickly revise what all we have learned so far. We have learned that the pranic energy is abundantly available in all the 5 elements of nature. Okay, we have learned that once our body absorbs this pranic energy, it divides itself into 5 types of vayus, and together these 5 vayus do various functions in our body, right? We have also learned that the pranic energy uses breath as the vehicle to travel everywhere in our body, and it uses nadis as the channels. So the prana sits in the vehicle of our breath, and the road which it uses, the pathways, are the nadis in our body. So there are a total of 72,000 nadis in our body. Okay. And this prana reaches everywhere in our physical body and our subtle body if these nadis or these passages, these pathways are clear. Okay, so if the prana is uplifted and the breath, the vehicle is clean, and all the nadis, the pathways are clean, then this prana will reach every part of the body, and all the functions of our organs will be done accurately. The thinking will become clear, we'll be able to take right decisions at the right time, everything will be perfect. But if there is any blockage either in this nadi, then what is happening? The prana is not being able to reach that particular organ properly. Okay, it could be spine, it could be brain, it could be wherever. If there is any blockage in this nadi anywhere in our system, then the pranic energy cannot reach there, which means that automatically it will invite diseases. If the pranic energy is not reaching anywhere in our subtle body or physical body, that means healing is not happening there, which means that we will soon manifest some disease. Okay, some disease, disorder, or pain. So it is very, very important that we clean all of these nadis. Okay, now there are 72,000 nadis, but among them, there are 3 main nadis. Which are these 3 main nadis? The Ida nadi, the Pingala nadi, and the Sushumna nadi. So these 3 are the most important. And if we channelize our energy, or if we learn pranayamas which help in at least uplifting or clearing the blockages of these 3 nadis, then automatically all the 72,000 nadis will get that energy, and the blockages will go away from them. Okay. So in this course, we will also focus on these 3 nadis. So what does the Ida nadi do? Ida nadi helps us in our mental growth. What does the Pingala Nadi do? Pingala Nadi helps us in the spiritual growth, in the physical growth. Pingala, so you can remember, like P is for Pingala, P is for physical. So Pingala is for physical growth. And the third nadi, which is the Sushumna nadi, okay, and these nadis are running everywhere and along our spine, okay. The Sushumna nadi is responsible for our spiritual growth. So together, the Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna help us in growing at a mental level, physical level, and at a spiritual level. Now let us understand the relationship of chakras with nadis. We all have heard about the chakras, that there are seven chakras in our body. And if we balance these chakras, automatically we can utilize our highest potential. We can become the best versions of ourselves. तो अभी ये चक्रा और नाड़ी का क्या रिलेशनशिप है? The chakras are nothing else but those 7 points in our body where these three nadis are intersecting. So when these three nadis are running along our spine at seven junctures, at 7 points, they are intersecting. They are coming together. सात जो चक्रा है वो एनर्जी सेंटर्स है. उसको एनर्जी सेंटर क्यों बोलते हैं? बिकॉज जो तीन सबसे महत्वपूर्ण नाड़ियां हैं हमारे बॉडी की, वो वहां पे मिलती हैं. Okay, so those are the chakras. So automatically when you work on the nadis, on the three nadis, automatically by default आप chakra balancing भी कर रहे हैं. Okay, so what have we learned so far? Now we have learned the connection of prana with breath, the connection of prana with the nadis, and the connection of prana with the chakras. So all of these things are interrelated. So if you are doing pranayama, why in our scriptures, in our shastras, it is mentioned that pranayama is not optional. It is not optional for you. It is absolutely compulsory for each one of us. And we should be proud of this fact that what is our ancient secret is now getting validation from the modern researchers also. Time Health has said, it has printed that pranayama is the fastest way to calm down. Harvard has published so many reports where they have said that doing pranayama can visibly, measurably bring down blood pressure levels. They can heal so many psychosomatic diseases, right? So, practicing pranayama, learning about pranayama is something which unfortunately we are not taught in schools, but we should. It is very, very important because it is the very way of life. If you do pranayama, automatically your nadis get shuddhikaran of nadis happen, the chakras get balanced, diseases will stay away, and you will lead a medicine free life. Okay, so that was the summary so far. Now let us move on and try to do certain simple basic exercises through which we can understand the importance of breathing, right? Because we have understood so far that in order to work on the prana, we have to work on the breath, right? And breathing properly is very important because, I mean, I don't have to teach you breathing, but yet I have to teach you because you all know that your breathing changes with your state of mind. Have you ever noticed how an angry person is breathing when someone is fighting or shouting or, angry? That time, just notice their breath. Their breath is very, very shallow. They're breathing very, very fast. And someone who is happy, someone who's calm, their breath automatically changes. In one of our Hatha Yoga Shastras, which is Hatha Yoga Pradipika, it is written that the breath is directly related to the mind. If you control your mind, your breath gets controlled. If you control your breath, your mind gets controlled. If you haven't noticed this, just next time, if you yourself are angry or someone you see who is angry, just notice how they are breathing. And as soon as they calm down, just notice their breath. You will be able to see it. Okay. So that is why it is very important that we regulate our breath. And pranayama is all about this. If you learn pranayama, you learn the art of making your breath into a conscious, rhythmic, long, deep breath. And when this happens, automatically your mind becomes, cloud free. It becomes really energetic. You feel energetic. So this is what is the yogic breath. Okay, so what is a yogic breath? It is the deep breath. There are three types of breaths. Okay, so first is known as the yogic breath, which is known as the abdominal breath. The second one is known as chest breathing, and the third is just known as the clavicular breathing. Now, I want to pause over here and I want to I want you all to imagine that you all are in front of a doctor, okay? You're in a doctor's chamber and the doctor has asked you to take a deep breath. So, can we just now, whoever, all of you whose video is on, just take a deep breath, okay? Now, I want to ask you a question. When you took a deep breath, what happened to your abdomen? Did it come out or it went inside? Can anyone answer this?
Came out.
I
Unmute.
didn't observe actually.
It came out.
When you,
Yeah, it came out.
Came out.
anyone else wants to say, or anyone else has a different answer? No, right? So whenever we breathe in, automatically our abdomen comes out. But how many times in our day are we actually breathing like this? How many times? Very rarely. We do this abdomen breathing or the yogic breathing very, very rarely. Most of the times, our breath is just reaching till our chest. Most of the times, we just do that's it, a short breath till our chest, which is not proper way of breathing. And the worst is clavicular breathing. What is the clavicle? Which is our collarbones. So most of the time, we are just breathing till here and then we are exhaling out. Our breath is not reaching our abdomen. So this is the yogic breathing, which is the deep breathing, which is absolutely compulsory. And I want that after doing this session, I want you all to start doing yogic breathing for the rest of your life. And I will tell you how. Just if in these 10 days, if you're doing everything which I'm telling you to do, then I promise you that you going forward, you will only take yogic breaths. You will not do clavicular breathing or you will not do chest breathing. Okay. So deep breathing, abdominal breathing is known as the yogic breathing. If your abdomen is coming out, okay, every time you're breathing in, and when you're breathing out, if your abdomen is going in, if you are feeling this, then you're breathing correctly. So what is this? This is a long deep breath. And what happens when you start taking long deep breaths? What happens then? If you're taking long deep breaths, then the number of breaths which you are taking in 1 minute reduces. Why is this important? It is said that an average human takes about 15 breaths in 1 minute. Okay. And the human lives for around 80 years, right? Now, dogs, they just live for 30 years and they take 30 breaths in 1 minute. They take 30 breaths in 1 minute. Okay. And they just live for 15 years. And tortoise or animals who live for like 100 to 100 years, they take just 4 to 5 breaths in a minute. So what have we learned with this example? That if we are taking less number of breaths in 1 minute, then this improves our longevity. We can live longer. In yoga, in pranayama, humans are not measured by the number of years they have lived, but they are measured by the number of breaths they are taking per minute. So, what I want you all to do is today, in fact, in this very session, towards the end, I will do an exercise where I want you all to understand how many breaths are you taking per minute. Because this is directly proportional to how long you're going to live, how healthy you're going to live. Okay, nature shows us this, that it is very important to take longer breaths to reduce the number of breaths in our body. Now, why this is important, let us understand. When we are doing complete inhalation, 100% inhalation, then automatically the pranic energy is reaching everywhere, the deeper cells and tissues of our body. If this 100% inhalation is not happening, then the blood in our body is not getting ample oxygen. So the oxygenated blood in our system is reducing if 100% inhalation is not happening, as a result of which we always feel very lethargic, we feel low in energy, we feel lazy. So many times as a yoga teacher, people tell me that I'm feeling so lethargic, so heavy. Even if I'm not eating, I'm watching my diet, but I feel so heavy, lazy, I don't feel like working, right? Why is this happening? This is happening because 100% inhalation is not happening. Similarly, if 100% exhalation is not happening, then the some carbon dioxide is still remaining in our system. And this residual carbon dioxide which is staying in our system, that automatically manifests as diseases. So that is why if you want to lead a disease free life, if you want to reverse your aging, if you want to begin anti aging, or if you want to reverse your chronic diseases, then the one thing which you have to do is start doing 100% inhalation and 100% exhalation. If you're able to do this, then automatically your healing journey has begun, because the diseases will go away. It is a cleansing process, 100% exhalation process. Why people do Kapal Bhati? Why people do all these things? Because they are doing 100% exhalation. They're exhaling out all the toxins from our body. Okay. So this is the power of pranayama. And now I want that all of you should do a practice with me. Just 1 second. Yes. So now I want you all to just now, okay, right now, just keep 2 alarms on your phone. Okay, just use your phone, give it in a direction, and just right now only just keep 2 alarms. One you put for 3 p.m. and one you put for 6 p.m. Can we all do that? If you have done this, just type yes in the chat box right now, right now. All of you who are watching this session, take a pause and just keep 2 alarms on your phone, 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. Sorry, 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Once it is done, just type yes in the chat box. Okay, Dharmendra ji has done it, Gayatri ji has done it. Everyone, let's do this. Let's keep these 2 alarms, 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Everyone. Done.
For all days,
Yes,
or
all
it
days.
is
All days. Right now, for all days. For 1 week, set an alarm. Himali ji is done. Mrs. Sharma is done. Kavan ji is done. Yogini ji is done. Nice. I'll wait for 1 more minute. Everyone set this alarm. Great. Now, what we are going to do is that whenever this alarm goes on tomorrow onwards, okay, at 3 p.m. and at 6 p.m., whenever this alarm is ringing, you have to check your breath. You have to check whether you are doing abdominal breathing or not. Okay. Can we do this? Tomorrow, 3 p.m. in the afternoon, whenever the alarm is ringing, just check what is the type of breathing which you are doing. And if it is not complete abdominal breathing or the yogic breathing, if you watch your abdomen, if it is not coming out, then you just take 10 breaths. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, you're in office, wherever you are, as soon as the alarm rings, you check the breath. If it is not yogic breathing, you just take 10 breaths. So breathe. Just take 10 deep yogic breaths, and that is it. That is all you have to do. And again, get back to your work. Okay. Again, at 6 p.m., when this is happening, again, you check your breath. And if it is not happening, just it will not take you less, it will just take you 1 minute, not even one full minute. Okay. But if you're doing this for the next 7 days, okay, then automatically you will see that your brain will get trained into doing yogic breathing, and half of your problems will be solved. People just do this and give me reviews that so many of the things are already resolved. That is the power of 100% inhalation and 100% exhalation. So this is what I want to do. Together we will train our brain to remember this. So 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. we'll be correcting. We will also be correcting once before sleeping. So whenever tonight, when we are going to, end the day, when we are sleeping, we will check this. And if it is not, we will just take 10 breaths and then we'll go off to sleep. Again, in the morning, whenever we are waking up, just check whether you're doing abdominal breathing or not. It sets the tone for the day. Just 10 breaths, just in 1 minute, less than a minute, you can set the tone for the entire day. Okay. So we are going to check tomorrow onwards for 7 days. Okay. We are going to check 4 times of this day that we are doing yogic breathing or not. This is one exercise which I hope everyone has done by now. The alarms have been set. We are ready to begin this journey of yogic breathing. After this course is over, I want you all to always do yogic breathing. So that is exercise 1. Now, second exercise, which I want you all to do along with me. If possible, please turn on your videos. This is just last 10 minutes of our session today. So just because I'm going to correct your practice, I'll see if you're doing it correctly or not. Okay. So again, we will do a simple inhalation. We will hold, we will do an exhalation, and we will hold our breath. Okay. So what is this known as? This is known as the Puraka, Kumbhaka, and Rechaka. What is Puraka? Puraka is when we are inhaling all the way to our abdomen. What is Kumbhaka? There are two types of Kumbhaka. One is Antar Kumbhaka and one is Bahya Kumbhaka. What is Antar Kumbhaka? After doing inhalation, when we are holding our breath in our body, in our abdomen, that is known as the Antar Kumbhaka, which is hold. Okay, like a pause. And when we are exhaling, that is known as Rechaka. And after exhaling also, we are holding. We are not inhaling. Between inhaling, we are just taking a hold. That is known as an exhale hold or Bahya Kumbhaka. So together we will do the Puraka, which is the inhalation. Then we will do inhale hold. Then we will do exhalation, and then we'll do exhale hold. Okay. So we will do this. And when we are doing this, we will count. How will we count? When we are mentally, we will count. We'll count when we are inhaling, we'll count Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. When we are holding it, we will count Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. When we are exhaling, we will count Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. When we are holding the exhale, we will count Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. We will do this mentally. Okay. So let us begin. Okay. Hold, exhale, hold. Again, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Now you all will do, and I'll watch you, and I will do the counting. Okay. Inhale, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Hold, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Exhale, Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Exhale, hold. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Okay. Now I want you all to do the same thing, but now we will do it like when we are doing inhalation, we will just do a simple asana. We will raise our hands. We will raise it till we can do the inhale. If we are no longer being able to inhale, we will stop it and then we will hold it. And then when we are exhaling, we will do a simple arm movements where we will come down. Okay. So let's do this simple thing. And I can bet, I can assure you that if initially without doing the arm movements, if your breath was Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, now by this simple arm movement, it will at least become Om 4 or Om 5. You will be able to extend your breath. This is what we are going to learn. Okay. So let us do this practice. More people can turn on their videos, and if possible, like if I can look at your at least the clavicle or the abdomen, it will be better because I'm monitoring everyone. So together we begin. Okay. First time I will do with you, and then I will watch everyone do it. Okay. So let's begin. Okay. So now I'll count again. Okay. So you can keep your hands relaxed, and when you're inhaling, take it all the way up. Let's begin. Inhale. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6, Om 7. Hold. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4. Exhale. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6. Exhale, hold. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Inhale. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6. Hold. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Exhale. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3, Om 4, Om 5, Om 6. Exhale. Hold. Om 1, Om 2, Om 3. Inhale. Okay. So can you give me feedback, everyone? Were you able to inhale for longer by doing this simple arm movement? You can unmute and answer.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yes. So this
Yes.
is the power of, see, just by doing a simple arm movement, we could learn this. So gradually in this course, I'll be teaching you various techniques through which we can learn how to elongate our breath. And this is the most effective way for anti-aging. Rather than taking supplements, applying all sort of creams, this one exercise can really uplift us. Okay, so that was today's session, where we have talked about
we
way.
did
And
we did
I'll open the,
while excuse me,
yeah,
while putting the hair while putting the arm movement, we did 6 4 8 3.
correct. So, see, this is not the ideal ratio. As the workshop progresses, I'll tell you what the ideal ratio for breathing for all the three, for Purak, Rejak, and Kumbhak, what is the ideal ratio? I'll be telling you. This ratio is mentioned in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. So, I'll tell you the sutra and I'll tell you the ratio, but that is the ideal ratio. Mostly we do 1 is to 4 is to 2 is to 1. Okay, if you want, you can write it down. 1 is to 4 is to 2 is to 1, which means inhale. Inhale, hold, exhale, and exhale, hold. Okay. So this is the ideal ratio. But again, pranayama is different for different people. See, why are you all doing this course? If you just do a normal YouTube search, you'll get so many pranayama, right? You'll get, no? Why you have enrolled? Why you have registered? Because pranayama is something which is different for every individual. Let us say that if you are someone who is having high blood pressure, okay, then you have to reduce your exhale hold. Then you should not do the ideal ratio of exhale hold. So, all these things I will tell you. So, people who are very energetic, extremely energetic, they should not do too much of inhale hold. Okay, so all these things we will discuss. So, Lokesh ji, you have asked a very important question, which is the ratio. So, we will be learning that what is the ideal ratio and what is the ideal ratio for you. What should you do when you are a beginner level, when you are advanced level, when you're intermediate level? What is the ratio which you should maintain? All these things will be covered. Shobha ji has asked, hi, for diabetic. Yes, for diabetes, I will tell you which prana vayu you have to work on. So to answer this, it is the Vyana vayu. Okay. So everything I'll be telling you for which diseases, which vayu has to be worked on, and which pranayam we have to do if you want to work on that vayu. Okay. Uh,
Madam,
okay.
Bhupendra,
Okay,
uh,
one guys, 1 minute. I know
okay.
you all have questions, and I want to answer each one of you. What you all can do is just raise your hands, okay? And when I call your name, you can just unmute yourself. But before that, let me just quickly answer the questions from the chat box, okay? So, what is the difference between both holds? Lataji, I just explained that uh, actually in details I'll tell in the course, but inhale hold and exhale hold is done because inhale hold, when you do, that gives you more energy, which means that it makes you more energetic, that activates your sympathetic nervous system. And when you're doing exhale hold, it activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which means it relaxes you more. So I'll be covering the difference between both, advantages of both, who should do more inhale hold, who should do less inhale hold. All this I'll be teaching in the course. Any side effects? No, absolutely no side effects. In fact, pranayama is something which is a way of life. Okay, we all should do it. Like I always say, it is not optional, it is compulsory. No side effects. You will have side effects or negative effects if you don't do it. Okay, for cholesterol vayu, which needs to be worked on, I'll be teaching all of these things in more details in the course. But right now, to answer your question, for cholesterol, we work on the prana vayu, and along with that, even vyana vayu. Okay. So both these vayus we have to work on. Do we have pranayam for obesity? Yes, absolutely. You have pranayam for obesity, for increasing the metabolism, for weight loss. You have to work on the samana vayu. Okay. So all these things will also be covered. Will we get notes? Yes, absolutely. Every day after the session, you'll get the recording of the session and you'll also be getting notes. So you don't have to worry. Now, please raise your hands. And whenever I call out your name, you can ask your question. So, Mrs. Jyoti, you can ask your question.
Hello, Pooja ji.
Hi, namaste.
Namaste. Actually, I joined the session late, just now before 5 minutes. So, can we get the recording of today's session?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And I want to know where our classes will be live or it will be recorded.
It will be live, but if I want to send you some practice, then I will also send you some recorded sessions. And
Okay.
you will get, everyone will get, all the registered people who have registered for the main course. You all
Yeah.
will get the recording for every day. Don't worry. You will get lifetime access of all the recordings. You will get lifetime access for doubt clearing facility. So you don't have to worry. And we'll be including all the levels in this fee of 888. There are no hidden charges, nothing else. All levels included in this 888.
And if we are facing some particular health issue, so for that also pranayam is there.
Yes, absolutely. This is what I discussed today also. For
Okay.
specific health issues, specific pranayamas are there, which will be taught to you all.
Okay. Okay. So it is starting from
It is
course.
starting from 10th of March.
Okay. Okay. So I will be registering it. Yes.
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes.
All right. Uh, Ranu ji.
Hi Pooja. I think so. One of my question was how to register for this course, which is you're giving it in 888.
Yeah,
And this, how long is this course for? Like,
it is for 10 days.
so is it continuous 10 days or is it going to be weekly once in a day?
No, it is going to be continuous 10 days. Sundays, the session is off, and beach may we'll be having a holy festival. So, and
Yes, yes.
holy, we will not be keeping the session, but otherwise
And
it is continuous, and you'll get all recordings. In case you cannot attend live, you'll get all recordings.
what is the timing for live sessions?
9 to 10 p.m.
Okay, it's going to be the same timing.
Yes.
Okay, one more thing. All this, what you're sharing, does this come from Hatha Yoga?
Yes.
All right. Okay, thank you so much. And if someone wants to,
Yoga Pratika.
yeah, so if someone wants to study this Hatha Yoga thing, then from where can one study?
I'll give you the archives. If you want, you can do it from there. There are English translations available.
Okay, wow. Thank you so much, Pooja.
Thank you.
Hello, Pooja ji. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Actually, I have done naturopathy course from you before that also.
Okay.
And actually, I am not getting the notes in my mobile. My data got encrypted.
I will send it to you, Jyoti ji. For all these questions related to other courses, just message me. You'll
Okay.
be getting it. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Okay. Anyone else has any questions? I don't see anyone else who has raised their hands. So if you
I have question.
yes, tell me. Namaste.
हाँ, एक एक तो मैं भूल जाती हूँ, मुझे याद नहीं रहता, तो फिर कैसे करूँ?
याद नहीं रहता मतलब मेमोरी हाँ सो यू हैव द प्राइमरी वायु विच यू हैव टू वर्क ऑन इज उदाना वायु so if you're regularly doing that then automatically आपका nervous system will get a boost so you have to remember but don't forget that you have to practice pranayama that you have to remember otherwise else rest will be taken care of by me don't worry
One thing I have
ओके,
to
और
ask you.
होली पर आप क्लास नहीं ले रहे हो?
नहीं होली पे I'll keep off
ठीक, और हमें रिकॉर्डिंग मिल जाएगी ना?
जी बिल्कुल मिल जाएगी
थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
Pooja ji, I have to ask one thing.
yes
Is there any special pranayam for a stammering issue?
yes speech related problems are there you have to work on your udana vayu
Okay.
and
So
you
it
have
will
to
be
work on
cured. It will be cured by
yes
pranayam.
yes if you're doing it regularly yes
Okay.
all
Okay.
types of chronic disorders will ultimately get relief it will take some time see the thing with chronic disorders is that
Yes.
we are
Yes.
it's within our system for a very long time
Yes.
so again to remove it it will take some time right it can
Sometime.
happen
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah
Yeah. Understood. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Sunil Kumar, can paralysis be cured? See, when you do pranayam, then automatically the healing power of your body, of your system is getting cultivated. You can tap into your healing powers. Please breathe. Yes. So to answer your question, there's not like 100% guarantee, but slowly, the recovery will happen. You will be able to do, if at least the paralysis is not there in the upper, above the clavicle. If you are being able to do the pranayam, then yes, there will be, you will be able to see improvement for sure. Thyroid, Jyotij, have already discussed. Yes, thyroid can be cured. Both hyper and hypothyroid can be cured by regular practice of pranayam. Can we teach others? Yes, absolutely. If you learn this complete course, because I have also kept the level of bandha in this, which is like the most advanced. So if you are being able to practice all of these things, which you will do with me in the course, then you can teach also. Cough, wheezing, breathlessness, yes, of course. Through pranic healing, pranic energy, you can cure these things. Dr. Dharmendra Solanki, you can ask.
Hi, Pooja. I'm Dr. Dharmendra Solanki.
Yes.
I'm dealing with lot of cases. Actually, I'm a counseling psychologist, so I deal with the mostly patient with having a high level of stress or depression or sleep disorder or anger attacks. So some triggering points are there, or anyhow internal conflict. A lot of people are having internal conflict. So do you feel that this kind of जो specific issues है related with a psychological disorder can be also addressed by this kind of pranayama and all this thing?
बिल्कुल है, 100% है. बिकॉज ये हर एक प्राणा वायु जो मैंने आपको, हर एक वायु जो मैंने आपको बताया है, इट हैज अ साइकोलॉजिकल इफेक्ट एंड अ फिजिकल इफेक्ट. इनफैक्ट जो प्राणिक ये प्राणायाम जो है, इफ देर आर 5 types of, in our shastra scriptures it is written that there are 5 types of koshas, 5 types of bodies. Okay, one is the manomaya, then you have the pranic body, which is the pranic body, then the third one you have the physical body. So the pranic energy is actually the bridge between mind and body. So if you work on the prana, it will automatically work on the mind as well as the body, physical. And so this is your answer. The answer to your question is that absolutely yes. In fact, for specific disorders, if someone has OCD, you have to work on a particular prana. There's a particular time in which you have to do that pranayam. So if you're being able to prescribe these things, then 100% it will get cured.
Okay, I'm with you. Okay, I have not registered so far. I was waiting for this session for
Yes,
this interaction.
sure.
So just I'll do that money transaction and all these things. I'm with you for this thing. And
Sure.
good thing that I appreciate that because my question, in fact I had already shared the same thing because we travel actually. I've joined from USA now. Okay, so अभी जैसे यहाँ मेरे लिए morning हो गई है तो I am having my own appointments also. So
Correct.
sometime I'm sure that I may miss some classes. So if you don't have that recording and all these things, then it will be a great loss for me. Despite joining, I'll not be. So
100% you'll get all the recordings and lifetime access of all recordings.
nice,
You
nice,
can
nice. So
get
nice
back
of
to
you.
me
Thank you
for
very much. And I'm with you. Okay.
sure, sure. Anyone else? Namaste.
Can I say bye to you now? My
Sure,
breakfast is ready.
sure,
Okay.
you can. Thank you so much.
Chaliye.
Did you
Bye,
enjoy
bye,
the
bye.
session? You can give a feedback and you can sign out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. The
Enjoy.
feedback is that I am with you. That is the most important feedback. Okay.
Great. Happy to have
Bye,
you.
bye.
Okay, namaste. Bye. Yes. Please ask the next question. There's a number written on your. There's no name. 66222768. You raise your hand. You can ask. Yes, ma'am. You can ask. I've unmuted you. अब बोलिए.
हेलो
Yes, namaste. Yes, sir. Tell me.
नमस्ते
हाँ.
आप ये जो कोर्स कर रहे हैं तो इसमें हिंदी भी साथ में रहेगी
जी बिल्कुल रहेगी. मैं दोनों ही में ही अभी भी जैसे मैंने सेशन
तो
लिया तो मैंने दोनों लैंग्वेज यूज की है.
तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं तो हम जुड़ेंगे इसमें
जी बिल्कुल.
तो शामिल हो जाएंगे
बिल्कुल. प्लीज जोड़िए और प्राणायाम को अपनी लाइफ का एक हिस्सा बनाइए और अपनी लाइफ बेहतर करिए. जी. Anyone else has any question?
I wanted to ask, how do I register?
So you must have joined my pranayama group. In that
Yes,
group,
I joined.
yeah, in that group, the registration details are given, the fee details are given.
So
So
I joined now, so I don't think so I can access the above messages. Maybe you'll have to share it again.
sure, I will share it again.
Thank you so much, Pooja.
Well,
I like the session. I think so it gave a lot of clarity. So I'll join and I'll exit now.
sure. Thank you so much.
एक्सक्यूज मी, आप कोलेस्ट्रॉल का भी बताओगे ना?
हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल, कोलेस्ट्रॉल का भी बताएंगे।
थैंक यू।
ये मोस्टली
थैंक
जो डिजीजेस है जो भारतीय जनता सफर करती है, मोस्टली आई बी कवरिंग ऑल ऑफ दोस, आई ट्राई टू कवर ऑल ऑफ दोस।
यू। एंजाइटी के बारे में?
यस, एंजाइटी, ओवर थिंकिंग, स्ट्रेस, ये सब
यस।
कवर होगा।
थैंक यू, थैंक्स अ लॉट, गॉड ब्लेस यू।
थैंक यू।
थैंक
मैम आप किस
यू।
यस दीक्षा जी।
हाँ मैम आप किस शहर से हैं?
कैलकाटा।
ओके, मैं हैदराबाद से हूँ, मुझे लगा अगर आसपास में तो।
नहीं,
ओके
मेरी वर्कशॉप ऑनलाइन है, इनफैक्ट आउट ऑफ इंडिया से भी बहुत लोग ने ज्वाइन किया है। सो आप कभी भी ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, कहीं से भी। दैट इज द
और
ऑनलाइन कोर्स।
इसके अलावा आप और कुछ सिखाती हैं? किसी ने कहा आप नेचुरोपैथी का कोर्स कुछ।
जी बिल्कुल, हम 33 टाइप्स के कोर्सेज कराते हैं। मैं ये सब डिटेल ग्रुप में डाल दूंगी। आप ग्रुप में है राइट, प्राणायामा ग्रुप में है, तो वहाँ पे मेरी वेबसाइट से आप सर्च कर सकते हैं। कोई भी 33 में से कोई भी कोर्स आप रजिस्टर कर सकते हैं।
ओके, सारे ऑनलाइन रहते हैं ना?
इनफैक्ट मैं चैट बॉक्स में डाल दे रही हूँ वेबसाइट का लिंक।
ओके, थैंक यू।
Yes, I've put it in the chat box. Whoever wishes, you can just click on the link and you can see all the workshops. और कोई questions है?
थैंक यू। हैव अ नाइस टाइम।
Thank you so much. अगर
गुड।
कोई आपका फीडबैक देना चाहता है सेशन के बारे में, कि आपको कुछ नया सीखने को अगर मिला, आपको अच्छा लगा, कैसा लगा आप बता सकते हैं।
बहुत अच्छा लगा, बहुत ही अच्छा लगा। एकदम लगा आप दिल से बोल रहे हो, जो दिल में जा रही है बात।
सो स्वीट, थैंक यू। हाँ, ये मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है ये काम करना, ताकि मैं दूसरों की हीलिंग कर सकूँ। एंड अच्छा लगता है, ये प्रैक्टिसेस हमारी ट्रेजर है जो हमको दी गई है, हमारे स्क्रिप्चर्स में लिखी है। हमको इसको ज़रूर यूज़ करना चाहिए।
मैं कलकत्ता से ही हूँ।
अच्छा, नाइस, ग्रेट ग्रेट अलका जी, बहुत अच्छा लगा आपसे बात करके। थैंक यू सो मच।
थैंक यू। बाय। गुड नाइट।
गुड नाइट, नमस्ते। सो एवरी बिफोर से गुड नाइट, आज सबको चेक करके सोना है, योगिक ब्रीदिंग करके सोना है। ओके, सो
ओके।
प्लीज ये जरूर करिएगा, वेदर यू आर ज्वाइनिंग और यू आर नॉट ज्वाइनिंग। आपने ये आपका अमूल्य समय दिया है 1 आवर का, तो एटलीस्ट आपको कुछ इफेक्ट पड़ना चाहिए। आप 10 डेज के लिए भी ये करेंगे तो आप खुद इफेक्ट मुझे बताएंगे। सो
नहीं,
प्लीज।
मैंने तो ज्वाइन कर लिया है
ग्रेट
ऑलरेडी।
ग्रेट अलका जी, थैंक यू सो।
ठीक।
हेलो पूजा जी।
थैंक्स।
हाय, नमस्ते, बताइए।
पूजा
मैं
मैडम,
अभी शेयर करना चाहूंगी मेरे फीलिंग्स आपके साथ में।
जी ज्योति जी, बताइए।
एक्चुअली मैं आपसे जुड़ी हूँ आज के, मुझे लगता है 3-4 साल पहले से मैं आपसे जुड़ी हूँ।
जी
जब से आपसे जुड़ी हूँ मैंने बहुत से कोर्सेस आपसे किए हैं, और उससे लाइफ में अच्छा चेंजेस आए हैं, रिजल्ट्स भी बहुत अच्छे मिले हैं। और एक जो मैं आपके अंदर जो चेंजेस देख रही हूँ वो बहुत पॉजिटिव चेंजेस देख रही हूँ, जो आपका ऑरा मुझे दिखाई दे रहा है। इट इज रियली मतलब बहुत ही अच्छा, आपका कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल एंड ऑल दैट बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है।
थैंक यू सो मच ज्योति जी। आप जैसे प्यारे प्यारे लोग मेरे से इतने सालों से जुड़े हुए हैं, सो ऑफ कोर्स ये आपकी एनर्जी मुझे इफेक्ट करती है। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर काइंड वर्ड्स,
थैंक यू
रियली।
मैम, आपके जो कोर्सेज है वो बहुत अच्छे हैं, हेल्पफुल है, एंड रियली इट वर्क्स।
यस,
थैंक यू मैम।
थैंक यू सो मच ज्योति जी, थैंक यू। यस, और भी किसी ने आवाज की थी। प्रशांत जी, आपका हैंड रेज है, प्लीज बताइए।
सॉरी मैडम, आई कुडंट अटेंड सेशन, मैं सेशन अटेंड नहीं कर पाया। तो
कोई बात।
ये रिकॉर्डिंग अभी अवेलेबल रहेगी
बिल्कुल
इसका
बिल्कुल, आई बी
ग्रुप में
शेयरिंग।
डालेंगे? आई एम सो
बिल्कुल मैं।
सॉरी, एक्चुअली आई वाज अ बिट प्रीऑक्युपाइड, जिसकी वजह से आई वाज नॉट एबल टू अटेंड द सेशन। तो आई वुड लाइक टू जस्ट गो थ्रू द सेशन
श्योर श्योर, मैं अभी ग्रुप में विद इन 2 hours आई बी गिविंग ऑल द रिकॉर्डिंग, डोंट वरी, आई बी पुटिंग इट इन द ग्रुप।
Okay, fine. Thanks a lot.
जी, राजेश जी।
मैम आप अपना रजिस्ट्रेशन का लिंक शेयर कीजिए।
जी
दूसरी बात ये है कि कुछ दिन मैं भी ऑक्यूपाई रहूंगा, वो दिन मैं क्लास नहीं अटेंड कर पाऊंगा लाइव, तो
जी,
क्या रिकॉर्डेड से मैं ये कर पाऊंगा?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, आपको सारे रिकॉर्डेड सेशंस मिलेंगे और आप उससे कर पाएंगे। मेरा ये ऑब्जेक्टिव ही है कि जो भी मेरे से जुड़े हुए हैं वो सभी सेशंस कर सके, अपने कन्वीनियंट समय पे कर सके, अपने कन्वीनियंट पेस में कर सके। सो आपको हर दिन का रिकॉर्डिंग विथ नोट्स दे दिया जाएगा।
और जो रिकॉर्डेड है
जी
वो कौन सा टाइम कन्वीनियंट रहेगा करने के लिए, यानी रिकॉर्डिंग का जो सेशन है वो
जी,
हमें करने के लिए कौन सा टाइम कन्वीनियंट रहेगा?
आप अपने कन्वीनियंट टाइम पे कर सकते हैं, बिफोर स्लीपिंग कर सकते हैं, उठ के कर सकते हैं, कोई भी आप अपने कन्वीनियंट। और मैं इस कोर्स में ये भी बताऊंगी कि प्राणायाम प्रैक्टिस करने का कौन सा सही टाइम होता है, शास्त्र में क्या लिखा हुआ है, ये सब तो मैं बताऊंगी ही। लेकिन जो मेरा सेशन है वो आप कभी भी देख सकते हैं।
ठीक है मैम, आप लिंक भेज दीजिए।
जी, मैंने अभी संगीता जी ने बोला योर वेबसाइट लिंक प्लीज, मैंने लिंक भेज दी है। और ग्रुप की भी, आप ऑलरेडी प्राणायामा ग्रुप में तो है तभी आप सेशन में आए, मैं उसमें डाल दूंगी रजिस्ट्रेशन।
रजिस्ट्रेशन का डाल दीजिए, क्योंकि मैंने ग्रुप अभी
हेलो।
जी, अभी आपने ज्वाइन किया है तो भी मिल, अभी अभी भी इफ यू वांट किसी और को अगर ज्वाइन करवाना चाहते हैं तो आप, वो ग्रुप में ऑप्शन है, यू कैन जस्ट ऐड हुएवर यू वांट टू, और मैं अभी वापस लिंक शेयर कर दूंगी सारी।
मैं कर दूँ।
ম্যাডাম, বলছি ব্রিদিংটা কত ইস্টু কত হবে? হোল্ড, ইনহেল, এক্সেলেশন।
যেটা আইডিয়াল রেশিও আছে ওইটা আছে 1:4।
আপনি বাঙালি?
আমি বাঙ্গালতে থাকি, তাও আমি
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা,
বাংলা।
কোথায় কোথায়? আমার তো কলকাতা সোদপুরে বাড়ি।
ओके ओके, मैं अरबाना में, रूबी में रहती हूँ, रूबी में।
ও
सो
রুবি জেনারেল হাসপাতাল। ঠিক আছে। ওখানে কি কোনো ইয়ে আছে, সেন্টার আছে?
है सेंटर आछे। एंड टू आंसर योर क्वेश्चन, आप 1:4:2:1 रेशियो है, लेकिन वो
ওয়ান ইস
वन
টু ফোর,
फोर
ইস টু ফোর।
वन
আরেকবার রিপিট।
1:2:2:4:1।
ও 1 2 4 1, তার মানে একটা কি ইনহেল,
जी
তারপরে হোল্ড,
जी
তারপরে এক্সেল।
जी।
আচ্ছা, এক্সেলটা ফোর, ফোর কাউন্ট।
एंड देन अगेन वन विच इज एक्सेल होल्ड।
ও দেন এক্সেল হোল্ড আছে, ইনহেল হোল্ড এক্সেল হোল্ড।
यस।
1:2:4:1।
हाँ, पर ये अलग अलग लोगों के लिए अलग अलग होगा, जब मेरा नेक्स्ट सेशन होगा तब मैं बताऊंगी कि आपके लिए अभी कौन सा सही है। ओके।
ম্যাডাম, আমার হচ্ছে কাশি সর্দি কফ, ইনস্ট্যান্ট কফ বেরিয়ে যায়। আমি এই লাইনে আছি একটু।
जी
আমি প্রাণীকে জানি, কিন্তু ওই কাজ টাজ করে হচ্ছিল না, কিন্তু
जी।
কফটা বেরিয়ে যাচ্ছে। আমি
आप,
ওষুধও বেশি খাই ना।
आपको बताया जाएगा वात पित्त कफ ये तीनों को कैसे बैलेंस करना है, नॉर्मल कफ कोल्ड सोर थ्रोट ये सब को कैसे ठीक करना है, ये बताया
হ্যাঁ,
जाएगा।
এই যে কাশলে এই আওয়াজটা, আর হুপিং কাশির মতো আওয়াজ, কিন্তু কোনো কিছু রিপোর্ট কিছু খারাপ নয়, কিন্তু একটা মানে সবসময় একটা ইরিটেশন থাকে, কফ इन्स्टेंट कफ বেরোচ্ছে।
ओके, आपको बताया जाएगा, डोंट वरी।
हेलो पूजा जी।
जी
एक
नमस्ते।
रिक्वेस्ट मेरी तरफ से ये है कि आप व्हाट्सएप के बजाय ईमेल पे अगर मटेरियल या वीडियोस भेज दोगे ना,
बिल्कुल
तो
मैं
वो लाइफ टाइम एक्सेस रहेगा, क्योंकि व्हाट्सएप पे फिर जाता है। मैंने आपके बहुत सारे कोर्सेज किए हैं, लेकिन फिर वो गए हैं, मतलब रिकॉर्डिंग मेरे यहाँ से अभी नहीं है, ऐसा होता है।
विदुलता जी, मैं ईमेल में भी देती हूँ, जो मैं ड्राइव लिंक लास्ट में देती हूँ ना, आप जैसे
हम्म।
उस पर क्लिक करोगे वो अपने आप आपके ईमेल के ड्राइव लिंक में सेव हो जाता है। सो आपकी ड्राइव लिंक में अगर आप जाओगे शेयर्ड के अंदर, अगर आपने क्लिक किया है, मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ सबको कि अभी ये जो एक लिंक है जिसमें पूरा कोर्स दिया हुआ है, डे 1 डे 2 फोल्डर्स बनाए हुए होते हैं, अगर आप उस पर एक बार क्लिक खाली कर देंगे, जो कि मैं बोलती हूँ करने के लिए, तो ऑटोमेटिकली इट विल गेट सेव्ड इन योर ईमेल। या आप अपने आप को वो लिंक को ईमेल भी कर सकते हैं, या मुझे आपका ईमेल एड्रेस देंगे तो मैं भी कर दूंगी। तो ये सब चीजें जब कोर्स फिनिश होगा तब मैं आपको बताऊंगी कि कैसे करना।
तो मुझे मेरे पिछले जो कोर्सेज मैंने आपके पास किए हैं
सारे मिल
उसमें मिल
जाएंगे, आप
जाएगा?
मुझे मैसेज करिए, व्हाट्सएप करिए, आपको सारे मिल जाएंगे।
Thank you so much, Pooja ji. And let me tell one thing. I'm satisfied with the training which Pooja ji gives. It's really awesome. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू सो मच विदुलता जी, थैंक यू फॉर योर काइंड वर्ड्स। और कोई है जिसको कोई क्वेश्चन?
You deserve that, ma'am.
थैंक यू विदुलता जी, थैंक यू सो मच, मीन्स अ लॉट। जो भी आप लोग सब बोलते हैं रियली मीन्स अ लॉट। इनफैक्ट मैं दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम मैं अभी लाइव कर रही हूँ, पहले तो सिर्फ रिकॉर्डेड होता था, तो मुझे भी मौका नहीं मिलता था आप लोगों से पर्सनली आपके फेस देखने का, आपसे पहचान बनाने का। सो आई एम ग्लैड विद दिस फॉर्मेट वो भी हो पाएगा।
In fact,
मैम
पूजा
this
एक
is
जी,
चीज
much
वापस से,
better. This is much better. That is very mechanical. I'm really happy that you started live session.
श्योर श्योर,
एक
ग्रेट।
एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करना
पूजा जी,
चाहूंगी मैम। पूजा जी, मैं आपसे एक एक्सपीरियंस,
हाँ
मैंने आपसे सिजिल वर्कशॉप सीखा था।
जी।
और जो सिजिल है ना मैम, रियली इट वर्क्स।
यस।
मैंने मेरे 4-5 क्लाइंट्स को दिया ना, उसके उनको रिजल्ट्स इतने अच्छे मिले मैम, दे आर रियली वेरी हैप्पी एंड आई टू यूज सिजिल एंड दे आर वर्किंग फॉर मी।
ग्रेट ग्रेट, इवन आई
और
यू।
आपसे लाइव मिलने का चांस मिला, इसलिए बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है मैम।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, मुझे भी। मैं अभी आपको
थैंक
देख
यू।
तो नहीं पा रही हूँ, लेकिन बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है आपकी आवाज़ सुन के। एंड सच में ये अच्छी बात है कि आप अप्लाई भी करते हैं। बहुत सारे लोग कोर्स कर लेते हैं लेकिन अप्लाई नहीं करते हैं, तो आपने अप्लाई किया, फीडबैक दिया, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा। थैंक यू सो मच। और कोई था जिन्होंने बात की थी? आप अनम्यूट करके बात कर सकते हैं। यस विजय जी। Okay. So should I let me stop the recording?